Hey, remember when you wanted to watch a video or listen to radio online, and you had to wait for it to buffer? If you grew up in the late 90s or early 2000s, there was one program that ruled the internet, RealPlayer. The little orange icon that promised to bring the world to your dial-up connection, but also annoyed the hell out of everyone. Today, we're diving into the full story, how RealPlayer changed the internet forever, why it became one of the most hated programs ever, and what actually happened to it. RealPlayer started life as Real Audio Player on April 3rd, 1995. Back then, the internet was mostly text and tiny images. Downloading a song could take hours. Real Networks, founded by Rob Glazer, solved a massive problem: streaming. Instead of waiting for the whole file to download, you could start listening or watching while it kept loading in the background. This was revolutionary. In 1995, live internet radio and video became possible for the first time. RealPlayer quickly became essential software. By 1997, they added video with Real Video, and in 1998, Microsoft even bundled RealPlayer 4 with Windows 98. At its peak, RealPlayer had hundreds of millions of users. Over 85% of online video and audio content was in Reels formats. It was a way to experience the early web that RealPlayer wasn't just a player. It tried to be everything. Skins visualizers, Real Jukebox for managing your music library. You could watch news clips, listen to internet radio stations from around the world, and even catch live events. For millions of people on slow connections, this was pure magic. By the early 2000s, RealPlayer had tens of millions of users and was one of the most downloaded programs on the planet. They launched paid versions and even tried subscription content. For a brief moment, Real Networks looked unstoppable to SO. What went wrong? A few big things killed RealPlayer. First, it became absolute bloatware. RealPlayer turned into a resource hog. It installed extra processes that ran in the background, ate memory, and nagged you constantly. Second, aggressive ads and pop-ups. The free version bombarded you with advertisements, message center spam, and offers to install toolbars. It sometimes tried to make itself the default player for everything. People called it spyware, and it had a well-earned reputation. Third, the format wars. Real pushed proprietary formats that only played well in RealPlayer. Meanwhile, open standards like MP3 exploded, then Flash, Windows Media, and eventually HTML5 video took over. YouTube launched in 2005 and made dedicated players almost unnecessary. Fourth, better competition. VLC was free, lightweight, and played everything. Windows Media Player was already installed. QuickTime and later, just your web browser. Why install RealPlayer when you didn't need to? Real Networks even sued Microsoft and got a big settlement, but the damage was done. Their market share collapsed. RealPlayer didn't completely die. The company pivoted hard and focused on video, downloading tools. As of 2026, RealPlayer 25 is still around. It's now mainly a video downloader and organizer. You can grab video from websites, convert formats, and store them offline. But it's a shadow of its former self, niche software that most people haven't touched in 15-plus years. RealPlayer's real legacy is huge. They proved streaming video and audio over the internet was possible. They pioneered technology that Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, and every modern platform build upon. Without RealPlayer, the streaming revolution might have been delayed for years. At the same time, it became a cautionary tale: how aggressive monetization, bad user experience, and closed formats can destroy even a market leader. So next time you're buffering a 4K video in seconds on your phone, remember the orange icon that started it all. Even if it drove you crazy, what was your RealPlayer memory? The buffering hell, the pop-up ads, or that one time it actually worked? Drop it in the comments. If you enjoyed this nostalgic tech dive, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more What Happened to Videos. Thanks for watching.